Hello, and welcome to the Albert Lea Public Library's third Tech Talk. Today, I'm going to walk you through Tumblebooks, which is a digital resource that we provide that has digital books, audiobooks, and other resources specifically for children. So, right now you're looking at the homepage of our website, which is www.alplonline.org. You can also search for it by typing in Albert Lea Public Library in the search engine of your choice. So from our homepage, in order to access Tumblebooks, you can do it a couple different ways. We have a button on our homepage on the right side of the screen. Now, if you are looking at our website from a tablet or a mobile phone, these buttons may be at the bottom of the screen, depending on the size of your screen. So everything's there, it just might look a little different, but we're viewing it on a computer. So this is how our website looks on a computer. So there's that button on the home screen, or under the Children's tab, there's always this Tumblebooks menu option. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And it's going to bring us up some information about Tumblebooks, and I can click right on the logo. And we're going to be able to access Tumblebooks. So right now you're looking at the home page of Tumblebooks when you open it from our website. You don't have to create an account, you don't have to log in. Since you're going from our website, it should recognize you. So as you'll notice, there's some books here on the screen that are curated from Tumblebooks. Like you've got Earth Day, which happened just a few weeks ago, some books about health, new books. But if you look at the top here, we've got these tabs, and that's going to be your best option for navigating Tumblebooks and getting to the different parts that you want. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of walk through each one of those so you have an idea of what Tumblebooks offers and how to use it. So if you go ahead and click on Storybooks, Storybooks are going to be your animated talking picture books. So they are existing picture books, so some of the titles you may recognize, you may have seen them in print form. And then they have added animation, sound, music, and narration to them. So you can have the computer read the book to your child, and they'll have fun little animations to help them grasp the concepts that the book is trying to portray. And so this is a really great option for reading comprehension. It allows the kid to look at the animations, hear someone else reading it, hear some music, and so they can really grasp what the book's about. It also helps when people are learning to read because they can follow along with the words as the narration is talking about, is reading the book back. So again, you'll see some categories here. You can also click on this button here to view all the titles. And so let's say we're going to go ahead and click on this Wash Your Hands as an example. So what it does is it gives you some information about the book. So usually there's a summary about the book. This is just a quick little tune, so that's why it looks a little different, but we'll look at a book in a second here. You've got some book details, so if there's any reading level information, you'll see that. It'll tell you how much time the book will take to narrate. And then you've got over here, you've got some options to read online. You can add it to your favorites, or you can just, if there's a video attached, you can play the video for this one. So you could just go ahead and click on read online, and it would bring up the book, and you can play it, start the narration right from there. So I'm going to go ahead and go back. So as you can see, they have a ton of picture books. So you're probably going to find something that your child will like. So if those are picture books, the read-alongs in the next tab are going to be your early chapter books. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that and show you again. You've got early readers, chapter books, a little bit of advanced readers, and then some children's classics. Now, these books are not animated, but they do have the narration feature. So if I click on this first book here, and I were to click on read online, it would read the book back to me, but there's not going to be narration and songs like there are for the picture books. So here, you'll see kind of a more traditional look of what you see when you click on a book in Tumblebooks. You've got a summary, and again, you've got your book details, the author, publisher, again, how long it's going to take. So this book would take 55 minutes in total for the narration. You've got a grade level, Lexile, and then some related books at the bottom, which are helpful if you're looking for, if your child really enjoyed one book and you're looking for something that's a little bit similar. So again, I could click on it and start the narration. And if you'll notice, your tabs are always there. So unless you're reading a book, you'll see these tabs. So I'm going to go ahead and click on our next tab, which is ebooks. So if I go ahead and click on ebooks, these are just what they sound like. These are books that you can read online, but they have no narration. So there's no audio option for it. They're strictly for reading, but they have some good titles. You'll see they've got Kate DiCamillo, and then again, they've broken it down into early readers, chapter books, more advanced readers, classics, and then award winners and bestsellers. So some ebook options if you someone in your household just wants to read a book. It's a great option to come here, especially if you use one of our other services, like especially Overdrive, where there may be a book on there that you can't get right away. You could come over to Tumblebooks. It's rare. Tumblebooks doesn't have as wide of a selection of popular books, but you may find either that book or something similar that your kid could get started reading right away. So after ebooks, we have our graphic novels. Again, these you can read online. You can view the images in full color, but there's going to be no narration for them. So again, view all titles are broken down into category, however you want to do it. And then I'll also mention at the top here, there's a Tumble search, so you could search for a title, an author, a word, something like that if you're looking for something specific. But Tumblebooks really works best as a browsing collection. So if I go into nonfiction now, just what it sounds like. We've got different categories for nonfiction books: animals, history, geography, science, and so on. Again, or I could view all titles. I can click on one of these, let's say 8 Days Gone here, and the nonfiction books are going to have this video option. So they're more animated books. Again, you've got your reading level, how long it's going to take. This is just a 2-minute quick video about based on this book. So those are really great if you are trying to if you're homeschooling, if you're trying to reinforce concepts that they may have learned in school, maybe for younger kids, just get them learning, or maybe your child's really interested in a topic and you could come on Tumblebooks and see if they have some books about that they want to listen to and watch the video of. So those 5 categories are basics for kind of more the book features of Tumblebooks. The last 4 are some of the additional features that are really cool. So first we're going to go to videos. So videos are short little snippets of topics, and they're all National Geographic videos. So again, it's kind of similar to nonfiction. They're really good for homeschooling, learning topics. You know, let's say you have a child that's really interested in animals. They may want to watch a few of these videos and learn a little bit about that topic. So great video option here. Again, very short, but really good content. If we go to language learning, this is where you'll find some books in other languages. So currently they have Spanish and French. So you can have the book read back to your child in Spanish or French. It's great for our Spanish-speaking patrons or our French-speaking patrons, but it's also really good for learning a language. Let's say your child is starting to learn some Spanish or some French. You know, maybe older kids are starting to learn that in school. You could come here with a really kind of more simple book in Spanish or French, and they could listen to it and try to grasp what they're saying and see if they can figure out some words that they recognize maybe from what they've learned in school. Playlists are kind of curated playlists that Tumblebooks puts out. You can also create your own playlists. If you noticed when I clicked on a book before, there was an option to add it to your list. So you could create your own list if you want to go through here and pick out books that you want to either read to your child or have your child read. You could click on that and then just go through your playlist. But these are kind of nice. They're kind of curated playlists that Tumblebooks has put together. So they've given some time limits. So let's say you're looking for a 10 to 20 minute book, so you can throw the laundry in, entertain your kid for a little bit. You can pick one of those. They've got, you know, longer 40-minute ones if you want something. There's a bilingual playlist, so if you want to read, you know, a book in English and Spanish. So just some nice little options here if you're looking for something specific. You can head to the playlists. And then finally, Tumblebooks has this puzzles and games, which is kind of fun. So these are puzzles and games that accompany books to help reinforce concepts and also work on some other concepts in language that are important for children to learn. So for instance, you'll notice these are sentence games. So that'll help your children form sentences and learn about sentences. There's some memory games here. And again, if you notice, they're kind of based around books. So if you read a book or you have Tumblebooks read a book to your child, you may come to the puzzles and games and want to look and see if there's a related puzzle or game that they could do to reinforce the concepts. If I click on View All, you can see it's a limited selection. This is one of the newer features of Tumblebooks, and so they don't have as many, but they're still valuable little exercises that are great for comprehension. And your kids should have fun doing them, and they may not even realize that they're learning while they're playing these games. So I'm just going to go back to the kind of the home page of storybooks. So this is the basics of Tumblebooks. Again, from our website, you can go under the Children's tab and find Tumblebooks that way, or you can find the Tumblebooks button on our homepage of our website and access Tumblebooks. It's a great resource for especially younger kids with the storybooks and having the books animated. That's really fun. But again, also the early chapter books, the more advanced chapter books, it works like an audiobook, but your child could read it and follow along with the words while it's being read to them, and as opposed to a traditional audiobook that maybe is just a CD that they're listening to. So that really helps with comprehension. So I hope you found this Tech Talk helpful, and we hope to see you back here next week.